We here at the end of a disappointing season. We thought we were going to, be a lot better than last year. Talent wise, we were. Execution wise, we wasn't, man. But that's behind us right now, man. And our goal right now is to get everything done in the off season, what we need, fill holes and everything, and to become better and capitalize off our mistakes and learn from our mistakes, and make sure we go into the Sun Belt next season with a better chance of competing. A lot of games we dropped this year, man, was basically all of our fault. Sometimes things happen out of the controls of out of our controls, but man, I believe we could have had like 8 wins this year. We could have had 8 wins and 4 losses, but mental mistakes and little hiccups here and there, and the record turned the other way. So it's a backwards 4-8. So let's go through the see what happened across the college football world. As you can see, the Georgia Bulldogs finished their dream season, man. They went 11-1, beating the Michigan Wolverines, man. Let's see how did this game go. So they went against the Wolverines. We're gonna check out their score and their schedule here shortly. Let's just go through the top stories. And that's it. The Bulldogs pull out a close BCS National Championship victory over Michigan. Michigan was in the National Championship game, so that's 2 years in a row the Big Ten had someone in the National Championship game. But they won last year and they lost this year. But Georgia took them out, man. Georgia took them out 23-17. Georgia got out on the board early in the first half, 20-0, and then Michigan come charging back. And let's see, Michigan scored the last touchdown with a minute left, which put them at 17-23. And I know they've been fighting to try to get that last score for the last drive or the last few minutes they had, but it wasn't successful. So they went down 4 games lost this year, 10-4. The most losses I've seen from a team that made it to the national championship game. The reason they made it to the national championship game is because they beat Wisconsin, who was at number 1 at that time. Michigan was like number 7, and I believe they leaped all the way up to like number 3 in the coaches poll after beating Wisconsin. They beat them pretty good too. And then Notre Dame was number 2, but they, their schedule didn't match up, and those 2 big wins at the end of the season for Michigan propelled them all the way to the BCS National Championship game. All right, so you see UCF, they won the conference title for the American, and they won their bowl game. I'm not sure who they went up against. In Ohio State, a lot of things going well. And the final poll got Notre Dame still at number 2, man. I believe they got snubbed. I understand that, that was some big victories by Michigan as of late. But, you know how it is in the BCS, man. People get robbed every year. So behind the woodshed, Pitt lost in the Sun Bowl, man. That was Anthony Sanchez first bowl game as a Pittsburgh Panthers head coach, man. He took them to like 8 wins this year, man. And that was a pretty good successful first season for him. And they got beat by Oregon, but Oregon's a pretty powerful team, and I'm surprised at what Anthony did at Pitt this year. And the Gamecocks beat Virginia Tech. So let's go down and check out some of the final rankings. That's what I would call it. So you got Georgia still at the top, number 2 Notre Dame. Washington made their way all the way to number 3 to finish the season. Arizona made it to the top ranking to finish the season. I believe Arizona won. Yeah, Arizona won the Pac-12, bro. And I'm surprised they came in there and spanked Stanford, and that what threw all of the BCS top 25 out of whack that last week. And also, yeah, Stanford, they're there, Pac-12, and mixed up the Big Ten and the SEC. Florida's there, and California, and everybody else. That was pretty good. I think that's a pretty logical top 10 there. To the conference standings, and as you can see, man, we finished ninth this year. Last year we were like up in the mid, fourth to sixth. I'm not exactly sure what we finished off with, but we finished at the bottom, along with Texas State, who was 6-6 last year, along with Troy, who had a good season last year. Both of us, and I think Georgia State went like 5-7. I thought we both would make it over the hump, but we're the bottom feeders of the conference, these three teams. But I believe we're gonna find our way in our stride. So you see ULM, they were down at the bottom. They only won 3 games last year. They won 6-6, so that shows that they're going in the right direction. And Louisiana, as you know, they were 5-7, I believe, last year, and they finally got into a bowl game and lost their bowl game. And then you go Arkansas State. I believe they've been in their bowl game and they won it also. So Arkansas State, they're good again this year. Behind Dave Warner, first good year for him. He won 9 games in the season and plus his bowl game. And for Georgia Southern, they are crowned the Sun Belt champs this year by going 8-1 in the Sun Belt and 9-4 overall in the season. I want to see if they won their bowl game. And so they did lose their last game in the Sun Belt to USA. That was surprising. We almost beat them 19-17, man. And they lost to Middle Tennessee State 45-48. And so now we're going to check out the All-Americans. And then we're going back to the Heisman to see who won the Heisman. Alright, so the All-Americans, the only ones we have is Ryder, again, middle linebacker, and Milliken, the returner of the year. Milliken won the returner of the year. You can see right there. He got him a trophy, bro. Returner of the year. And no one else was going as hard as he was on them kickoff returns. And on the second team, we got McCoon there. He finished the season with 11 sacks. Remarkable season. Coming off of only 4 sacks last year. He played pretty well. And freshman, we got Holland here. Jay Holland. JJ, he came through and helped us out a lot this year, able to get 45 tackles, 10 tackles for loss, 4 assisted tackles, 2 sacks, and 2 interceptions, 1 defensive touchdown. And I think that is very, very good for his freshman year, and I believe it's going to only get better from here. Let's go check the Sun Belt Conference out. And in the Sun Belt, you also have Kevin Ellison, top dog. He's there. Your boy Warren. Y'all remember him from last year, the offensive player of the year of last year. And any other players that we made, we got G. Wilkins in there from the our senior defensive end. And then McCoon, he was going to get in there. And Ryder, the All-American, he's in there. And my boy Brown, he's in there. Brown, I thought Brown was a senior, so he's a sophomore redshirt. So we're going to be okay at the strong safety position next year. And we're going to just need to fill that free safety position. So McLeod was able to make it on the second team, man. Good way to go out for the senior, man. And so he does finish this year with 904 yards, man. Only 96 yards shy of a 1,000-yard season. We would have loved to get that for him. 6 touchdowns. And he played hard. He played his heart out for Furman, man. Good way to, go out, young boy. So let's go down and see if we have anybody else in there. So Holland, the freshman, he made the second team All Sun Belt. And Marcus McMorris, he made the second team All Sun Belt. The senior, hard hitting free safety. And our Heisman winner for this year. The Heisman winner is Khalil Tate from Arizona, the quarterback senior, bro. He surprised me that he won it. Cause this is his first year starting and his last year starting. So he came through, completing 63% of his passes, 3,287 yards, 36 touchdowns, only 10 interceptions, and he averaged 234 per a game, man. Over 27 attempts, and he been making things happen. And that's very impressive. You see a lot of teams up here that we normally don't see. Still some Power 5 teams in here like Cal, Arizona, and Texas A&M, but these mid-major teams here, SMU, along with Miami, man, they got some guys up in there. But it's normal to see a bunch of seniors up here. So next year, it's telling us we're gonna have a full new regime of Heisman runners next year, and I wonder who they're gonna project to win the Heisman early on. All right, so the award winners, we're gonna go through this one. So Gillens won the Maxwell Award, top dog. Gillens won the Maxwell Award, and he won the Maxwell, the Walter Camp, and the O'Brien. I'm surprised that he didn't win the Heisman. Only 4 interceptions and 49 touchdowns. Maybe because his team didn't win as many games as Tate. I don't know, but Tate got 810 rushing yards. He got 46 total touchdowns. Yeah, the rushing yards probably put him on the top, but he still got 54. That's pretty good, though. So he does get a bunch of awards besides the Heisman. I guess they said he couldn't give him the Heisman also. That's just cheating. So he got 3 awards to go out with, bro. Pretty good. Maxwell. Then he get the Walter Camp. He got the Walter Camp Award. Then the Bednarik goes to LSU. Boy, LSU... right outside linebacker. Had a pretty good season this year. So he was able to get 5 interceptions, 5.5 sacks, 21 tackles for loss, man, and 1 defensive touchdown. And that's pretty good. 5 interceptions for an outside linebacker. That is remarkable. And he's coming back as the senior next year, and he's going to be ready to take it again. So my boy Ryder was up in there. He was in the top 10. They respected him. Only reason because he get all those tackles because we be playing defense all the time. Man, be working the crap out of him. So Devontae Wyatt won the Nagurski. He out there getting it. One of the best defensive linemen in the nation. And he must be had a handful of sacks, 8.5 sacks. That's pretty good. And 29 tackles for loss. He stayed in the backfield. And the O'Brien goes to who else but Gillens. We said that earlier. 49 touchdowns, dude. That has to be a record. And the Walker goes to Dancy. Dancy won the Walker. I thought he said Gillens won the Walker too. Oh, he won the Walter Camp. I got him mixed up. So Dancy from Cal won the Walker. That is Blake Anderson. Got him a award winner as soon as he got there. And 1,249 yards, 5.1, 196 per game, 19 touchdowns. I guess he's one of the highest. He probably had the most. No, he didn't have the most touchdowns. Maybe he helped. Maybe his receiving or something. Let's check it out. He probably was receiving. Yeah, 647. That's better than any receiver on our team. Double that. And one of the best wide receivers coming from Bama. 72 receptions, 1,173 yards, 14 touchdowns, man. Then ECU had the second best. ECU, we beat those guys 12-81-14. That's not bad. That is not bad at all. And the best tight end is Colorado Chris Bounds. Chris Bounds had 65 receptions, almost 3 yards shy of 1,015 touchdowns, man. That is something to be proud of. And the best offensive lineman between the guards and the tackles goes to Wisconsin, the place where you're known to have a big offensive line and really running the ball like crazy. And it goes to David Evers, man. 40 pancakes, 7 sacks, bro. 40 pancakes. I'm surprised they don't have anybody else in the top, much as those guys do. So the best center award goes to Michael Jordan, not the MJ, the basketball player, but senior center from Ohio State. 4 sacks allowed for 30, bro. 30 pancakes. Pretty good. The Lombardi goes to the left end out of Michigan, Rashawn Gary. Rashawn was able to come up with 7 sacks, 24 tackles for a loss. He probably got either some pass deflections also. And the best linebacker of the year award goes to Brightwell. Salim Brightwell from out of Pitt, bro. Pitt, there's what's my man name? Anthony Sanchez from UNLV. He done got him a award winner immediately. So 2 sacks, 47 assisted tackles. He had 4 interceptions on top of that. Young boy been out there handling his business. And the Thorpe Award, which Jamarius Hallman won last year. J Love got it this year, baby. 10 tackles. How many picks? 7 interceptions. 7 deflections, 2 touchdowns. He been out there locking things down. And the Groza goes to Toner. I thought it would go to the Appalachian State kid, the way he been kicking on her. But Toner took this out. 63 or 64 extra points. His longest field goal was 54. Field goal percentage is 100%. Now that's what you call a kicker. And the guy award goes to Drew Chrisman. He's the best punter of this year. 35.6 average net punt, man. Pretty good. Longest punt was 80 yards. He had no punt blocks. And he down 18 of them in the 20 and only 13 touchbacks. And the best return of the year is going to go to my boy Milliken. Milliken got the best return of the year, and that wraps it up for the awards, man. And now we're heading down to the bowl results. Let's go just look at some key bowls real quick. So just for the conference, for the Sun Belt Conference, we're going to go through these guys first in some of the BCS games. Georgia Southern was able to get a bowl game, but wasn't able to get a win. And they were the bowl game. They were Sun Belt champions, man. We expect the champions to go out and get them dubs, man. You know, on the money. So they go to defending champs, Michigan State. They were able to come out with a 6-point win against Ohio. They're 7-5 this year, man, coming from being a pretty good one-loss team last year. And Louisiana lost to Miami, respectively, by 9 points. One of the top schools in the nation, top 20. And let's get down. We have one more bowl game here for us. Arkansas State, the only win. So this year we go 1-2. Last year we went 2-1. So we were able to win that game. So there your BCS bowl game right there. Then LSU and Temple. LSU won the bowl game this year, boy. I know they loving Mike Norvell out there. Arkansas got them one in the Cotton Bowl and the Orange Bowl. Florida State lost to Washington in the All-State Sugar Bowl. Notre Dame won. And in the Tostitos Fiesta Bowl, Florida won 42-16. And the Rose Bowl was very competitive. Could have been the second national championship game, and Wisconsin lost. Wisconsin dropped 2 games at the end of the season to, and Arizona won a BCS game, bro. Alabama won the Outback Bowl against Purdue, respectively. They beat those guys out very easily, and they went 10-3. And Texas A&M took out Ohio State. So pretty good games on tap, man. I will upload those bowl game results, all of them, to my Operation Sports post, and you'll be able to review them there. If you want to, follow that link below the description, and it'll take you right there, buddies. So what we're going to do right now is go to the conference awards. This year, we're going to go through the conference awards very quick, and we're going to make sure we hand out these awards to the proper people. Last year, I feel like we did a great job with that. So we're going through the quarterbacks. 4,085 yards, man. The running backs won it last year, but it looks like the quarterbacks had pretty good years this year. Pretty good. 37 touchdowns, 8 interceptions. The running backs, y'all got to show us something. One, you got 10 touchdowns, pretty good season, but not as good as last year. Marcus Cox, pretty good, not as good as last year. Let's see how you guys did in your receiving. 145, 283, not enough. Let's go to the receivers. 14 for Keaton. Bayless got 12. That's pretty good receiving though. But he wouldn't be able to do it without this year's Offensive Player of the Year, Kevin Ellison, a junior from Baker, Oregon. And he is the top dog this year, man. 4,000 yards, 37 touchdowns, and 8 interceptions, man. You cannot beat that. And I know he's been able to move 550 yards rushing, 5 touchdowns. So he is responsible for 42 of his team touchdowns. You can't top that. So the Freshman of the Year award will go to, we don't have any freshman quarterbacks, so it will probably be a receiver or a running back. Look at my boy Rogers up in there. He was a Freshman of the Year last year. So you got Kelly there, the quarterback from Texas State, but I'm not sure if he was starting the whole year. Yes, he was starting, so he's in the run. We'll put him in the run, but that's a very, very big role to step in as a freshman. And he got that many yards on the ground. That's pretty remarkable. 4 touchdowns also. So we got the freshman running back, Seth Page, but they can't do much more besides. And we're going to check out the receivers, man. So in my mind, I'm thinking the quarterback from Texas State, but we're going to see if we got any more guys over here. So let's go into the quarterback of Texas State. Gotta say his first name, Keyshawn Kelly. He won the Offensive Freshman of the Year, man. His team went 4-4 for his team, man. That was a pretty tough, role for him. But I think he did pretty well, and he's gonna be a pretty good guy coming a few years later in this conference. And you'll see his name. He'll be climbing the ranks, and people like, oh, they go Keyshawn Kelly, the Freshman of the Year for 2014. But yes, man, let's go. So we go into the defensive side of the ball now. And let's get our Defensive Player of the Year, man. Defensive Player of the Year. The most tackles are lost. The most tackles. The most sacks. You know it's a gimme because it's we got to figure out who it's gonna be. Now this is gonna be a tough one. So we do have the most sacks are by McCoon and Wilkins. Not too much of a difference between them and the other players. We got to get someone that's spread across the board and pretty nice. Five and a half sacks, 95 tackles. Oh man, do you got to pick 2 interceptions, 2 forced fumbles? Yeah, Jacquez Baudreau. He gotta be the defensive player of the year. His team went 8-4 in the season, lost in the bowl game, but that guy is simply what you call a pretty good linebacker, man. He's out there wreaking havoc, and he's only a junior, so he will be back next year, looking like he ready to, go at it for another go round. He will be very good, but teams will be able to key on him, so he won't be freely running around and causing that much havoc. They'll put 2 men on him now. Alright, in the freshman of the year, we got the right end there. He a freshman, 7 sacks. Yeah, freshman of the year will go to Allen Michael Harkness, freshman of the year. Pretty good year out of him. He got 7.5 sacks as a freshman, man. Look at his overall, 73. He will be back next year to wreak havoc again. So I think that'll do it, man, for the awards this year. And you already know it's gonna be a wonderful 2015, brother. We got some great news after a bad season. They said, "You did it, coach. Everyone here is so impressed with the job you have done that we decided to offer you an extension." 4-8 season, 66 season, 10-14 through 2, and 6 more years. They're giving Chuck McGruff, man. We're gonna turn it up, baby, and we're gonna get it right, man. We're gonna sign this contract, and we are looking to take this program to different heights. I'm glad you guys believe in Chuck McGruff, and we gonna make it happen, my guys. Let's sign it. Processing our selection. So now it's time for the coaching carousel. So they said Furman fans expect nothing short of a bowl bird. Can you do it? My new contract, 7 wins. They want to get to the bowl. So let's head to the coach carousel. The big jobs that are available. 5-7 last year. Clay Helton has been fired after failing to meet his goals. And look who's down there to take the job. Old Dave Warner. He done went to Arkansas State, got 10 wins in his first season. And you know the Trojans are looking to take him up on that offer, bro. I wouldn't be surprised if they didn't chose him. They got Dave Warner, boy. 1 season in the Sun Belt, and he's already out of there, bro. He's out of there. And that's how you make this carousel work, bro. Come from winning the national championship to winning 10 games at Sun Belt to go play in the Pac-12. Smart move. So we got Jeremy Pruitt being fired after just winning 2 games this year at Tennessee. Let's see who go there. I believe Tony Elliott going there for a bigger job. He got 6 or 7 wins at Virginia. I believe he's going there for a bigger job, and he's going to be down there. He want to bump heads with Clemson probably about once a year, and I wouldn't be surprised. Let's see who they get. They got Georgia D coordinator up there, so they might go for him. Oh, they took Florida Atlantic head coach. Dang, Florida Atlantic got 2 head coaches in Power 5 teams, conferences. I mean, Lane Kiffin last year, this year, Joe Carlton. Man, that's probably the way. That's a route you can take to go to a Power 5 conference also. So Kansas State, Bill Snyder retires, bro. He said he's not chasing Nick Saban anymore. Big job has opened up on the market, and I believe Mel Tucker's going to take that one. Josh Heupel took that one from UCF. Pretty good. So West Virginia head coach got fired. Maybe Charlie Strong or Mel Tucker. Tony had some good candidates down there who I think can put this program back where it stands, and Mel Tucker took it. So offensive mind in school, West Virginia is about to get some defense coaching there, boy. That's what I'm talking about. And the head coach from UCF left and took the job at Kansas State. So maybe, I don't think Charlie Strong going there because he's already head coach of USF. So the only person I can see that can gain from this situation would be maybe Mike New or Lance Anderson. Let's see who they contact. Oh. So, yeah. So, just like I said, I don't think any other coaches would have took that job. Because it's like a horizontal move for them. So, good job for Ohio coach to get over there in the American and man and get himself a step closer to, a Power 5 school. That's everybody's goal except Coach McGruff. Coach McGruff been offered a defense coordinator job at Clemson last year. He turned down. He trying to turn low-level conferences into Power 5. It's going to be a Power 6. So Arkansas State coach left. Maybe Jim Chaney come down there because he see that opportunity. He said, man, that's fast track to the Power 5 conference. Or maybe, I don't think Jason Candle and Jack Spavital will come out here. But I think Jim gonna take it. Oh, Clayton White came from Old Dominion, the head coach. That's a better job than where Old Dominion's at? Oh, I never knew. So Paul Johnson got fired, y'all. I never thought PJ would get fired, but he's out of there. And I can see Mike New, one of these guys, maybe Georgia offense coordinator right down the road, bro, going to Atlanta. Watch it. He going straight down the road. He said, I'm right here. Y'all can just come and hire me. Oh, they took Tulane head coach over him. Man. So, Boston College head coach Steve Adazio was fired. So, Chad Lussman might go there. I don't know, man. They still got some good coaches out there. Jim, you gonna take it? Jim took that one. He said, I'll take that one and go up against Georgia Tech before I go play for the rival school. So Rutgers is out here firing Chris Ash, and Charlie Strong might need to take this job. I think Charlie Strong need to get back in the Power 5. He probably need to take that job right now. Alright, yep, and Charlie took it. Good job to take that job and get up through there and turn the Rutgers into a pretty respectable school up there. Can give yourself a long life career. So head coaches, Dino Babers got fired too, baby. And I think this one right here is for what type of job this is. This might be for Chad Lunsford, man. He like to sling that thing. He like to throw that ball. He'll fit right in the ACC. So they took Mike New from right there in Ball State. San Diego Rocky Long retired. And he said, I ain't fighting the rigorous NCAA season again. I'm done with it. So who's going there? Who's going to take that job? Troy Calhoun sure ain't. Rick Stock still might. And Chad Lunsford might. He might. I'm not sure. He might. What we got? Chad going? Nope. No, they still. Chad took it, yo. Freed up the spot at Georgia Southern. So Baylor head coach was fired. I believe Billy Napier going there. Billy Napier from ULL, he's going there. Oh, they took Troy Calhoun. Troy left Air Force, yo. Troy left Air Force, and he gonna bring the Air Force option to Baylor. Oh, this is gonna be exciting. I want to see how they gonna play. So Jonathan Smith was fired. Alright, so Stanford offensive coordinator might take that job and stay in the Pac-12 and go up against, his what's the dude named Shaw? David Shaw. He might stay up in there and go against David Shaw. Oh, Stanford offensive coordinator, boy, they're gonna be battling it out. That'll be a nice coaching tree game. And Cincinnati head coach Luke Fickell, he got fired. And I think Billy Napier might take that job there. So all I'm doing right here is going through the big schools that are gonna select so far. So I believe we got all of the big schools out of the way. Let's go check and see what unexpected jobs is open. Yep, and they're gonna just fill the offensive coordinators. If anybody else is selected, that is surprising, you guys can always go check it at the Operation Sports link in the description, and we're gonna keep it moving, baby. We're going over the players that's leaving us, man. The players that are leaving us this year is gonna be a large drop off from our talent department, bigger than last year. So we losing McLeod, McMorris, Gary Robinson, McCoon, some big names, Wilkins, our center Emmert, Tank Phillips from the offensive line. That's 2 offensive linemen gone. Tremaine, safety. Ryan Moss, that's 3 offensive linemen. Left tackle Grayson Weber, that's 4 offensive linemen, boy. So we lost 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 players, bro. 11. That has a lot to say, but I believe we got some quality candidates that's coming in. We got a halfback coming in. We got receivers, I believe, that's already there, and we should be good to go. So let's move to the next step. All right, we had transfers, bro, and we got 4 guys. We taking all of them. We got this cornerback, Kobe Bryant. Kobe Bryant. Hope he a baller like his name. 6'1", 192, coming for Cleveland, Ohio. I don't know why he's coming, but he's coming. We'll take it. And we got halfback Dan Palmer, freshman, power back. So we're gonna bring him in there, and he's gonna be pretty okay. He is a power back. We're gonna fill that backfield up and let them fight for those positions. Then we're gonna take Charlie Hawkins. Thank you, Anthony Sanchez. We appreciate you sending down Charlie Hawkins from Washington D.C. and come down here. Maybe we can make him do a little something. And then we got an outside linebacker from Wisconsin, baby. Bring it through. He from Clifton, South Carolina. It's the only person I know that has a reason to be coming to Furman. The other guys I'm not so sure about. And that's it for that, man. But we appreciate all of the help y'all sending us, and we're gonna take it to the next level, y'all. Y'all invested into the Furman rebuild, and you know what time it is. Y'all invest, we're gonna be the powerhouse in give me about a few seasons. We're gonna be rolling, baby. The best part of the off season to me, man, the recruiting side, and we about to figure out how we gonna keep this thing going. So let's see what we got going on here. We about to choose who we want to put our money on. Let me go see how many scholarships. So we only got 3 more scholarships to give out, and I believe we already gave them out, but we got to choose our 3 players we want to go after. So we know what we need the most. You can let him go because we already have a good tight end. So we really need... We got everything there. We got cornerbacks. John Fleming, should we go for him? Or the defensive end from Union? Or the outside linebacker? I'm going for the offensive tackle here. So I'm going to give everybody's going to get 3, 3, 3, except for this guy here. I can't even give 3, 3, 3 out. I'm just go 320, 350, 330, 35 for him. So the next person we're gonna offer is maybe Jermaine. I want Jermaine. Who else have I offered? Did I offer any cornerbacks? Nope. Didn't offer Fleming. No, I offer Handy. And Kirk. Because I really wanted Kirk. I know Handy is he has a better ranking and everything, but I want Kirk. Kirk 6'3", 175. That's what we going for. We get him 3,000 too. Y'all rest of y'all can come on as walk-ons if you want to. We might still get Handy, bro. We might can. And then we going for the rest of it. Going for the Jermaine Burton out of Pinewood. We're going to steal him from Troy, baby. Come on, let's get it. We need another receiver. We need one more. Oh, I put him at 230. But he can go to 3, son. 335. So I already see how I'm going to do it. I'll take it away from Kurt Morris down there because we gained a lot of ground on him recently. Alright, and that's it. Crossing our fingers. Hopefully we can get them. Maybe we can get a couple of them. All the points are up. And let's see what it looked like, baby, for us. So we lost my boy Eric Handy to Florida State, which I don't mind. We wasn't really going after him like that. I didn't put no money on him. So what we did get in return was Jamie James, the left tackle, and the cornerback Kurt Morris. Jermaine Burton didn't come to us, man. He went to ULM, man. We gonna have to see this kid. We got to see this kid every year. Now we got to see him every year. So maybe I should have put my money on Handy, but I already got a cornerback, and I like him over Handy. So we did have one more scholarship to give, but I don't know. But they got this one right here highlighted because he committed to Charlotte. I hope he came to us. We're gonna look for that name Stephen Smith on our recruiting board because I don't mind taking him. But yes, sir, back to signing day. Let's see what we landed. This is going to be the tell-all. We got a couple more walk-ons. Let's go. So we got the 122 recruiting class, bro. Really, 122. Last year we were 102. So our top recruit is Tuttons, a wide receiver. I don't remember him. And Robinson, the outside linebacker, and our quarterback Mike Boyd, and the cornerback C Morris. He up there. He up there on our board. The fourth player, and then we got Brown, the tight end, and a halfback, and another cornerback, and James, and a strong safety. Everybody else down here. We got the Smith kid down there, Pollard and Gardner. We got a couple walk-ons down there. Besides the center, everybody else will walk on. No, the fullback, we signed him. Everybody else is walk-ons under that. That DN is a walk-on. The free safety is a walk-on, and that tackle is a walk-on. And that middle linebacker walk-on, baby. And man, that's a pretty decent class for us, man. I think that's a pretty good class to fill up some spots that we are, in dire need of filling. And we're gonna go check out, see if we got any increases on our pipelines for next year, or see what the commitments came from. 7 of our commitments came from Florida, 6 came from South Carolina, 2 from Georgia, and 1 from Virginia. And we're projected to have North Carolina, a few more people from Georgia, a few more people from Maryland, all that type of stuff. And we trying to get another pipeline, man. I'm telling you, it's kind of hard to get it, but we're going to try to continue to get it. But man, that was a pretty good, pretty tough recruiting season. Off season also, man. But we got some kids that we're going to land, and I think going to help us right away. Training is over, and we are here, baby. And our top overall is our transfer, Case Cook. He will be getting his first start for Furman this year. 87 overall. I'm proud about that. And the next person behind him is Kane, 78, our fullback. Then there's another guard. The right guard, boy. We're going to probably be able to run that thing up tight this year. And he is a 78 overall. The mentor coming in as a junior, 77. Woodruff Let's see if you got some better accuracy, boy. I know your accuracy went up. You was throwing pretty decent last year. So 80 plus, yeah, I'm liking this, boy. We looking nice. We looking nice. Let's just go through it by each position. Parker was able to come up from 56 to 60. That's not bad. Pretty good. Let me see what his accuracy look like. 65 and 67. So we pretty tight at the quarterback position. I'm ready to see what Woodruff gonna do for us. I think I'm gonna redshirt my freshman quarterback just to save him for a couple years. I didn't want to waste that. And then got my boy Scogan, 75 overall. Palmer, he's a freshman, so he's not gonna play this year, but he'll be playing next year. And then Hawkins is behind him. He's not gonna play this year either, but he'll play next year also. Then Bush there, 68 overall, 67. So we're gonna have some pretty deep. We're gonna be deep at fullback and running back. So there go Dangus. He's gonna be our top receiver. Then Snelling's gonna be the third, because I think the other freshman is gonna be the second receiver. Then you got Suttles there. And Hines took a leap to 68. And Smith also too, boy. And our tight ends, Clapter. Oh, Clapter and Nutter took up to 65. So maybe that freshman might be third string. I'm not sure. They both showing like they're living up to the hype. 65, that's not bad. Our left tackle, he hit up to 71. But I believe he's a transfer though. I was about to say man, because we're gonna have Otis over there now this year, I believe. Then our left guard, the 87 overall, and our center hit 72. That's good. And our right guard hit 78. Pretty good. And the right tackle hit 76 for us. Good, let's go. So Curtis, 76. He's a transfer from last year. And my boy Mason hit 73. Let's go. And the D tackles, 74 and 72. My outside linebackers, Mentor hit there, 77. And then Ryder, 76. And Magwood still there holding it down. That's what I'm talking about. Magwood with 74. And cornerback wise, Anderson is the top. Dennis Hallman. Dennis Holland. Dennis Bryant. He's a transfer. Then Milliken, he's seen a big boost. And our safety, Olasanya, he's going to look pretty good. And Brown, we're feeling pretty stacked this year. Pretty stacked, guys. That being said, man, we had a tough season this year. It was, pretty hard, pretty tough on us. But we're going to stay working hard, trying to improve on last season. 4-8 is not what we were looking to do, man. A lot of minimal mistakes, man. We got to capitalize. We got to learn from them. Next year, I believe we're going to be pretty powerful on offense, bro. Pretty powerful on offense. We're not going to be giving up any mess on the defensive side also, man. So you can see right here, bro, my boy Woodruff, he's already in the lab. You already know what time it is. He said, hey, coach, hey, I was pretty decent last year, shaking off my first full start for the whole season. Man, no real big problems, and I think I can do a lot better. So he's out here working hard, man. We getting him ready. He getting ready for his big season, his junior year, and I believe he's going to take this team over the top. And, man, we're excited, bro. We're excited to have him as our quarterback. The backfield is going to be pretty good. The new wide receivers that we added, the tight end, the passing game should open up a lot for us, man. So I appreciate you guys for watching this video, and you know what it is, man. It's your boy Chuck McGruff. Subscribe and like the video. Comment, holla at your boy. 100 I shoot on, baby.